What's up, everyone? Dylan Starr here. I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking me questions about, how to make extra money, how to get out of debt, and just overall how to get away from the 9 to 5. And as somebody who has literally spent thousands of dollars, I mean thousands of dollars into coaches, personal development, courses, programs, really learning from very successful, 6 to 8 figure earners. I'm going to kind of give you just the quick breakdown, and I call it the cycle of doom, how to escape the cycle of doom. And, most people call it the rat race. But first you got to understand is what's the problem, okay? So the problem is, this is you, right? Now let's say you have a job, and just for math purposes, we'll keep it simple. Let's just say you're making $10 an hour, okay? 40 hours a week, that's $400 per week, right? And this isn't even real. You have taxes, but for the sake of this, let's keep out taxes. So that's only $80 per day, okay? So you're making $80 per day. Well, the problem is, while you're putting in, so much time to make your $80 per day, right? And then at the same time, you're in debt. Your debt goes up, right? You have credit cards, you have expenses and everything that you're paying off. You have food expenses. Maybe you're putting some away for savings. And also maybe you are, hopefully, well, not everyone, but, maybe putting stuff away into a 401k, right? This is what, standard people usually do. So then after taxes and everything, and this is what a lot of people end up doing is, you'll do this, you'll save up money, and then maybe you'll go on vacation. And the next thing you know, after vacation, your savings is gone, and you have no choice but to go back into putting time of your, $80 per day. And then what happens if after so much time, you have no choice but to ask for a raise, right? So let's say you go to $12. Well, this is what interesting has happened to people. This is why you get stuck. You're making $12, but next thing you know, guess what? You actually go and buy, either more expensive car, or you rack up even more credit card debt, right? Maybe pay off a little bit, but then you go out and you spend because you're happy about this pay raise. So now you can have better stuff. So this is the problem. This is where a lot of people are stuck. And, if this sounds like you, what the hell do you do? How do you get out of this? Well, this is what society says, right? This is the 97% of the population that they teach you. Even people like Dave Ramsey covers this simple method, right? Of that the 97% teach, right? And that's, work extra, right? Increase your income, right? Whether it's get a second flow income stream, right? Say this is one income stream. This is your $10. You'd work and get another income stream, right? Hopefully make another $10. So now you're at $20. Total working the second job. Obviously, it's not going to be another 40-hour week, so it's increase. You're working extra, and then you attack your debt, right? Attack it. This is what Dave Ramsey teaches. This is solution to most society people is, or invest into a financial advisor, who, by the way, financial advisors most of them are in debt themselves, and they're broke, and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. But this is the solution here, right? And then you're told to invest, save. They save for a rainy day, right? Let's try raindrops. Rainy day. In case there's an emergency, right? Your emergency fund. E-fund. This is what we're taught. Save for a rainy day, your e-fund, and attack and pay off your debt. Work, do this, and then have this as a backup in the case something happens, and then something always happens, right? Murphy's Law. Murphy always comes into play. So what the hell do we do? How do we get out of this situation, right? This is a solution, right, that we're taught. Even experts like Dave Ramsey are teaching this stuff, but is it really Is it really the way to go? Because, you know, we have here the 97, but what the hell are the other 3% doing? Right? If this is what the 97 people of average are doing, but there's people in the top 3% of the country, surely they're doing something different, right? Which brings me to my next point. What the hell is the top 3% actually doing? And this is where it gets interesting, guys. This is where this is why I'm so happy that I have invested into tons of, courses and programs and have studied only successful people that are making, 7 to 8 figures. And what's interesting is, out of all these people, you may be saying, oh yeah, they were born that way, or they got it from their family, and yada yada. Every person that is in the 7 to 8 figure range in the country, 80% of these people came from nothing. Zilch. Zero. 80+%. It's a fallacy. If you believe that the people that are in the top 3% today were handed money, it is a statistical fact that over 80% of them came from this. They all came from the 97%. But what the hell did they do differently? And this is it. It's so simple. This is literally the secret, okay? So they capped their income, right? Right? You have your budget. Maybe you're employed. Whether you're employed or an entrepreneur. Sorry for my handwriting, it sucks. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, okay? It doesn't matter. The formula is still the same, right? So they still budget their stuff out, but this is what's different. They literally set money aside and they save, and they literally save it to invest it. That's it. Literally, that's every single one of them, guys. I mean, this is the formula. But you may be saying, how much do I save? What do I invest in? Okay? And then that's adequate, because we're all told about fads like, oh my God, like maybe I should invest into Bitcoin. Maybe I should invest into stocks. All these awesome fads coming on, right? Right? As long as I have multiple streams of income, right, coming into me, then I'm going to be able to be in the top 3%. This is actually false. Believe it or not, it's not true. Now, if you're watching this and you're going to get butthurt, you may be saying, oh, but I know people that invest into Bitcoin or invest into stocks that do day trading, and they made a killing. Okay, great. It's a very short window. Very short window. And yes, it is very possible to make a lot of money investing into these types of things, right? It's a market that goes up and down. It's always that way. But that's not going to get you to a steady stream of becoming the top 3%, right? It's not going to. There's a time and a place to be able to invest into these types of things. But if you're still in this phase where you're saving to get out of the rat race and you don't have enough money to be able to invest into anything, you shouldn't be worried about multiple streams of income, because you still have to create one solid flow. And that's the key. They focus on one flow of income, and they save their money and they invest it back into themselves. Now, you have simple methods such as, one of my favorite, Grant Cardone talks about this all the time. If you're a GC fan, Grant Cardone, definitely look him up. But, he says to put away 40%. Pay yourself first. Always put 40% in. But what do you do if you can't afford to put 40%, right? Because you have your own budget set out. So how much do you actually set aside to build up? And then what do you actually invest into? So I'm going to show you a cool little trick right now, if you're not at the point where you can do this. This is a huge gold nugget, guys. So whatever it is that you pay yourself, let's say your budget is $3K per month, right? You have to have this. Whoops. You have to have your $3K per month, okay? Everything that you increase above this, right? Let's say you get a pay raise or you get another job, whatever it is, everything above the 3K that you pay, this is where discipline comes into effect, right? You have to be disciplined. $90 to 100% of this money will be saved. Guys, this is pure gold, 90 to 100%. What does that mean? That means if you take another job and you get another $200 and you're at $3,200 for that month, then $200 is going to go here because you have your expense, and then you just build up this account. And this account is what's going to get you out of the situation you're in because of that money. You're going to be able to make the right investment to jumpstart and get you out of this situation significantly quicker. Now, I said 90 to 100, right? What this means is if you know this is what you need, if you don't want to do 100%, you can take 10% of this and put it here if you want to. So now you're able to increase your lifestyle by 10% if you so choose. So that'd be $3,020. And you're still able to save until you get to a point where you can do the Grant Cardone method of 40%. But this is just an easy turnkey solution for anybody that literally anyone can follow. And now comes the thing, what are the key investments? Like, what do you do with this money? This is crucial, right? I don't have time to really get into it. I've actually, out of every 7 to 8 figure earner that I've studied, right, and all the programs I bought and paid for and interviews and everything that I've watched, I actually am putting together a free video series, right? I'm actually going to go through all the different methods from people that are, making 7 to 8 figures completely for free, and I'm going to go over exactly what they teach to do with these investments. So you'll know exactly what to do with this money, how to turn it into, whether it's an extra flow or to increase, and when to turn it into an extra flow. So if that's something that you are interested in, comment below, or if there's a link on this video, click the link. But let me know. It's completely free. If you found this valuable, definitely, comment below. Let me know what you liked about it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And if you want this series, I'm literally putting it together right now. I'm going to do video on all the interviews of the top people that I've ever known and I've studied. And I'm going to show you exactly how this right here is the biggest key to get you out of the rat race, and what the top 3% of people are literally doing compared to the 97%, so that you're not stuck in this whirlpool in the very beginning, right? You don't want to be stuck here where you always have to go back. 20 years later, you're going to be exactly where you are. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely, if there's a link, click it or comment below, and whenever it's ready, I'll send it over to you. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you found this helpful and valuable, and hope that answers anyone's questions if you've been wondering about this.